Where did this energy come from? Where did this energy come from? Yeah. Where did this energy come from? Where did this energy come from? Yeah. Where did this energy come from? Where did this energy come from?
On your page.
Coming from the cosmos. Knowledge of yourself is the key for lost souls. Too many perish from it. I be like Fred Sanford, calling you a big dummy. You get big money, so what? Who cares? Currency is energy, it's all something we have. However, back to the basics. This vibe is too high for you to try and
Where
take
did
it.
this energy come from? Where did this energy
I know I
come
feel
from?
about it now.
Yeah. Where did this energy come from?
White Jade.
Where did this energy come from?
I don't know if it's any bigger than that.
These vibes are high. This
Come on, internet.
this these vibes are high. Make you feel so free. This frequency.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's on, but it's lagging. But because I put hat already for that to move.
Where did this energy come from? Where did this energy come from? Yeah. Where did this energy come from? Where did this energy come from? Yeah.
I can't hide.
Where did this energy come from?
Let me look and see what is going on here.
Where did this energy come from? Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Knowledge of yourself is the key for lost souls. Too many perish from it. I be like Fred Sanford, calling you a big dummy. You got big money.
Tune in, y'all. It's day-to-day aftermath tonight with Tafari. We in the building.
The basics, this vibe is too high for you to try and
Where
take
did
it.
this
Hey,
energy
more
come
Tafari.
from? Where did this energy come from?
Alright.
Yeah.
Tamar, Tafari. Tafari. Okay, so we in the building with Tamar, Tafari. Yeah. We gotta put the I. So Tamar, Tafari.
Yes.
There you go. I put pause, but it's close. Uh-oh. It's doing whatever it want to do, y'all. That should have been here. I love that song. I mean, it's the internet. I already looked for it to go off. Like, yeah, there we go. We live.
We live, but we still have the picture up, or can
No, it's not up on the
Okay, it's not right there.
yeah, it's
Okay.
this. Yeah, I'm looking at two different
Okay,
like
I got you. Okay, greetings everyone on this free day, Friday
mm,
night. I hope everybody is doing well. Take care of the elders and pay attention to the children. Um, love up on yourselves. Love up on your family members, your tribe members. Let's forgive each other. Let's sit down and talk about things before it get too far out of hand. But tonight we're going to talk about emergency readiness in the event that there is a natural catastrophe or a man-made catastrophe, power outages, a snowstorm, a hurricane, a earthquake, a tsunami, a tornado, a flood. How many of us are prepared? So let's start with the simple things. Who all has a first aid kit? Raise your hand. Okay. Some of us have first aid kits and some of us don't. So I personally think that a first aid kit should be in your car and it should be in your vehicle. So everyone get you a first aid. Your first aid kit can consist of anything you want. Mostly it's band-aids and maybe some ointment, gauze, something like ace bandages.
oh,
But I carry golden seal in mine. I carry golden seal in mine, and I carry bentonite clay. I carry ginger root. I carry peroxide alcohol. I think I said golden seal. So I carry a lot of different things in my first aid kit, herbs, you know what I'm saying? Pocket knife, I do some mace. So I think everybody should have a first aid kit in their home. Everybody should have a fire extinguisher in their home. Every person should have some sort of protection on their body. You can use your keys. You don't have any mace or you don't have a gun or you don't have a knife. You put them keys in your fist like that and go for the either the neck, the throat, the eyes, the nose, the temple, some form of protection. Everybody should have some form of protection on their body, in their car, and in their home. Everybody
especially if
should
you
have
work late nights and stuff like that.
right.
Make sure you have your keys in your hand when you go out to your vehicle in your middle hand to poke somebody eyes
Right,
out, like
or
what you
just to
said.
hurry up and get in the car.
Or get
Every-
you a little electrical taser.
Yeah,
One of
taser,
them.
mace,
Get your shotgun.
right,
Somebody gonna give
hunting
you. Anybody
knife,
can buy one of them.
a gun, a billy club, a hammer. So I have about I ain't gonna lie, I got like several weapons in my car. I got some scissors, I got a hammer, silver bat, mace. What else I got in there? I got a billy club in there. I got a hunting knife. All of this is in my car. You should have, you should protect your home as well. Whatever AKs, guns, dynamite, whatever you need to protect your home. Big shotta, like you said. So these are just things that everybody should have. You should have working, operable smoke detectors in your home. You should have carbon monoxide protectors in your home. You should have, like I said, a fire extinguisher. If you don't have that and your stove happen to set fire, you use flour. You use flour. If you don't have flour, try baking soda. If you don't have that, try cornmeal. Try something dry. Never use water on a stove fire.
You gotta
So,
use salt too, for sure, especially if it's grease
Yeah,
and all that.
salt. But I had a fire. So this is the stove, and the fire was all the way up to the ceiling, and I used flour, and it put it right out. The flour. I used a whole bag of flour. So salt. I've never used salt, but I have heard of salt. So these are just tips, tips that we should kind of know and really like prepare our children in the event that there's a fire. They should know how to use a fire extinguisher. They should know that if they're at home and the alarm goes off in the home to get the phone, hide in the
Get the
closet, under
gun.
the bed. That's if they know how to, if they're trained to shoot a gun, because you don't want them to shoot themselves. So I think children should learn how
You gotta teach them.
to shoot weapons, as well. So those are just some of the basics. But the totality of it is really being prepared and having some of the basic things that you should have in your home. Now I do have a list that I was supposed to post it up about 2 weeks ago, but I'm gonna definitely post it tonight or either tomorrow. And if anyone wants to add to this list, you are more than welcome. This is an emergency list that I drew up myself personally, and these are some of the things that I have that I've been building up on in the event that it's an emergency. And the first thing that I have on my list is a first aid kit. So first aid kit in your home in your car. The second thing on my list is dehydrated food, canned food, preserved foods that's in mason jars, seeds, um, which is all of this stuff is non-perishable. The dehydrated food shelf life, if I'm not mistaken, is a year or two. Preserved in mason jars, the shelf life on that are that's a couple of years, which is non-perishable. Baby supplies, in the event that you have small children and you have a baby, you should have um, diapers, Pampers. You should have some sort of preserved baby food for the baby. You can even preserve sea moss in mason jars. If you're not breastfeeding or you don't use formula, you can use sea moss as a supplement for milk. I know a Jamaican woman that lives in Atlanta. She
They
makes
milking it though to make it be milk substance.
Yeah, I mean
though.
it has to be a liquid. But you can make sea moss. You can make teas. Uh, you can make baby formula. You can make smoothies. You can make Jello. You can make um what's those things, mochas. You can make a lot of stuff out of sea moss. And this woman, this is my daughter's husband's mother. She's Jamaican, and she makes all that stuff. And she let me test everything she made, and it was so delicious. I called her the sea moss goddess. But because I've never
It was that
known
good?
it was yeah, I've never known anybody to take things out of from that sea moss and she made several things from that sea moss. So for the babies, you want to have
Can we go back to the sea moss real quick? Because I've tried to support people with their sea moss and stuff like that, and it wasn't that good to me. I couldn't do it. It was like a texture of
kind of like slimy like.
It was like uh applesauce.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But I'm not an applesauce person.
It can
So
make it
yeah, I'm not an applesauce person, and I'm not a milky person. So I don't know if I ever would eat or drink sea moss.
Well, I got some sea moss that I got from royalty on
I did too. I ain't like it. It was like an applesauce texture.
Is, mango.
I didn't like it.
It was
No, David loved it. I couldn't do it because that was just me with the texture. He loved it. He ate it. Thank you to Fire, because he loved it. I didn't like it. Yeah. I didn't. I'm not gonna be fake about it. It was the texture of it. I'm not an applesauce eater. Yeah, it was a texture of applesauce. I wasn't feeling it because I don't eat applesauce. I don't like applesauce. But it wasn't nasty, and I did eat it. And David loved it, and he ate it on up. You hear me? Yeah. Oh yeah, you heard that? Yes, I heard that. David ate it up. He loved it. He loved it. Yes, I love you.
You can make baby milk out of sea moss. My daughter's mother-in-law, which is a Jamaican woman, like I said, she's made several things out of sea moss, and baby food was one of them. So with baby supplies in the event of a emergency, you want, like I said, you want diapers, you want baby clothes, you want blankets, you want water, you want whatever herbs or medicines the babies are on. Um, definitely warm clothes, like I said, blankets. If anybody can think of anything else for baby supplies in the event of an emergency, I'm gonna post a list up tomorrow and you can add to it. The next thing on my emergency list is water. Um, whether it's bottled water, even though bottled water sits in warehouses for months. And a lot of the bottled water that we drink has a lot of sodium in it. So you can collect rainwater, but it's the way that you do it. If you go on YouTube, it's right. It's ways that I've got water filter on here too. It's ways that you can collect rainwater and clean the water with baking soda or either lemon or even a little bit of sea salt. So it's ways to kind of clean water, But I recommend, as far as buying cases of water, is either a water jug filter or either having a filter connected to your faucet, or
That purifier.
yeah, or down in your basement where it goes is connected to whatever pipes that the water is running through and it comes up, to the faucet. Um, herbs, seeds, is good to have. A solar generator, solar lamps, solar flashlights, matches, lighters, walkie talkies, ham radios. Now, these ham radios can go, I heard that they can go like maybe like 500 miles. So if I'm here in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I have a ham radio and somebody else has a ham radio, and Georgia's like almost 400 miles from here. We would be able to communicate with these ham radios. So I think ham radios are very important to have. Um, charcoal, a grill in the event that it's cold outside and you get snowed in, and you have a power outage. The grill can kind of keep you warm. It can help um, cook your food. A car battery, an operable car battery can be used as electricity as well. Just to have a new battery in your house stored away, you can use it for something. Um, what else do I have on here? Firewood, um, firearms, weapons, sleeping bags, tents, warm clothes, boots, rain gears, blankets, hygiene supplies, cleaning supplies, and a safe meeting place, a safe house. Like if you have family members and it's a blackout and somebody has maybe an extra home, or somebody's home didn't get affected by the outage, you all can come together and come to that home. You know, make sure that you have cash on hand. You might need to go to a hotel. It might be so cold that it might take days or weeks for you to get power restored. So you might want to go to a hotel if it's affordable or if you can afford it. So it's so many things that we have to consider, and so many things that we should consider.
Can I say
And
something?
so many things that we should consider in the event that it is a natural catastrophe or it's a man-made catastrophe. And many of us does not have none of this stuff that I just named on this list.
Right. So some people cannot afford a lot of things, right?
Mhm.
So, and that's why people homeless and stuff like that. So it's like, how do you prepare for that?
If you're homeless,
You know what I'm
well,
saying? Like, how do you prepare if you
I like
really
that. I like that
if you don't really have
ask
nothing
that
to
question,
really?
because living in Myrtle Beach, they had a bus, and I live right there by the ocean, by the waters. So they would have a bus to come and pick up all the homeless people and to take them to a shelter. Now, I'm quite sure here in Ohio, here in Cincinnati, that in the event that if it was something catastrophic, they would have transportation for the homeless. So the homeless people, those are some of the most interesting people, because they don't have a worry or care in the world. It's kind of like a yin and a
How
yang.
do you know this?
It's kind of like an oxymoron because number one, they're not depending on having to pay a bill or having to go to work. It's like they are just living what we call it. They're bums and they're this and they're that, but they're really free. You know what I'm saying? They're free of everything. Not saying that they're not free of their mental disorders or their drug habits or things of that nature, but they are free from the most of the ills of the world, which is worried about how you're gonna pay your bills, where you're gonna sleep, dealing with your children. They don't worry about none of that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm quite sure that most cities have a place for homeless people in the event that it's a natural catastrophe. And I'm not saying buy all of this stuff at one time. People that got money, people that's balling or fake it till you make it balling, get this stuff. You got clothes and shoes and fancy cars and the party and you travel. I bet you can walk in 10 people houses that got a little bit of money, and I bet you can't find none of the stuff on this list in their house. Even rich people. Some rich people ain't even got a first aid kit because they're not thinking like that. We're not thinking that something could happen, not like we're incantating it and we want it to happen. It's going to happen. It's inevitable for it to happen. It's the balance of nature. And then it's the energy of man made disasters. They create shit every day. So it's just a matter of, you know, getting prepared and being prepared. So I'm going to place this list. If anybody have anything that they want to add to the list, you are more than welcome. Once I put this list up, I'm going to put it on date again. I'm going to even post it on my page as well, because we do got the winter months coming up. And I think it was last year we had it was a windstorm. Was it a windstorm we had? And
Yeah,
the outage, the outage was out for I think at least a week. Well, yeah, and people's food went bad, and what do you do with your food that's in the refrigerator? That was another thing I'm going to add to a list. A cooler. You have some coolers that, and somebody was just telling me this, but I have to Google it. It's this cooler that came out that it cools from the cold without ice. It's kind of, and I don't know if it's a solar cooler. I don't know what type of cooler, but this sister was telling me about it. But I'm gonna see if I can find it. But a cooler is a good thing to have too, in the event that your refrigerator go out and you have baby formula, you have food or meats or whatever you eat, and you want to preserve it to be able to eat off of it. I say the charcoal and grill in the event that you cannot get out of your house. Plenty of blankets. Dig a hole in the ground and start a bonfire to stay warm, because the rescuers might not be able to get to you. You may not be able to leave your home. So firewood is very, very important. But some people's not going to be able to get all this stuff at one time, but get it a little at a time. Get it as you go along and try to have this stuff in place. You know what I'm saying? You have it stored in your basement, get you a big pot and put it on your land or your property and put it inside of a pod, you know, um, in a storage. Well, I'm not gonna say a storage because if it's in some type of outage, you might not be able to get to that stuff. So it has to be in your possession. So if anybody got any quick questions right quick, I'm gonna go to the next subject. Hey, Nikita Nisa, I take my 16-year-old daughter to the gun range. That's good. I want to take myself to the gun range and take my grandchildren to the gun range as well. Because I think we all should learn some sort of self defense, some sort of way to protect ourselves. So I'm going to go to the next one real quick. And this one is preventing respiratory infections. I don't want to say, well, I'm going to say it, but I don't want to feed into saying COVID, because COVID and these viruses, it attacks the respiratory system. So I'm just going to use respiratory system. So an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of sickness. And when I say we can prevent things, first it starts with your mind. It starts with your thinking. It starts with your thought pattern. So let's think the sickness, illness, and disease away. Let's think it away. Let's do affirmations to attract healthy, vibrations and healthy energies and healthy thinking to keep this virus away from us. You know what I'm saying? It's already colds and flu, and this so-called virus is already floating around in this city and in this country. Some schools have closed. It might get to the point it might get real bad where they have to close the schools. The children might have to go virtual. We don't know, but let's stay on top of keeping ourselves healthy. Exactly. And when I say keeping ourselves healthy, like I said, it starts with thought. Let's do meditation. Let's do affirmations. You know what I'm saying? To keep ourselves healthy. I had a cough about 3 weeks ago. I work in a learning center and I'm with around a bunch of children. Children, they carry their little germs and stuff. And I was doing my herbs and my enemas and keeping my nostrils clean. But for some reason, it took me a minute to get rid of this this cough. I still have it, but I don't have it that bad. I mean, it's like 85%. But it took a minute for me to clean all that mucus up out my bronchial tubes, and it wasn't really in my chest. It was just up in my bronchial tubes and a lot of it in my sinuses. But I have a few things that you can do to stay on top of your health and to prevent these colds and these viruses and this flu from attacking the body. Uh, First, keep your nostrils clean. Keep your nostrils clean. When I say keeping your nostrils clean, take your Q-tip or take your rag and clean your nostrils out with some clear water. Blow your nostrils, clean around the bridge of your nose and outside of your nose and your face. And you could use a little bit of golden seal. You could use a little bit of lemon. You could use a little bit of sea salt and keep your nostrils clean. Try to clean your nostrils every other day. Ash wanted to say something.
So, do you think the Q-tips are good for you? Because I don't think Q-tips is that good for you. I would say a good, like something that's soft on your nose, right? A napkin or the tissue
rag,
for
right.
the nose.
A clean towel, a clean white towel.
I don't think Q-tips is good. I'm just saying because it takes the skin off. Some people don't know how to use it.
You use a little bit of oil. You can use black seed oil or grape seed oil, and dip the Q-tip in it and just clean around the inside of your nose. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying dig all. I mean, people be getting a corona. They be getting a coronavirus test and let that big long stick open their nose. So I'm just saying a Q-tip. You just moisturize the Q-tip, and now you're not sticking it all the way up in your nose. You just clean it just to like slightly up around inside your nostrils to get all of them germs, because we would not believe how many germs hide up in our nostrils. That's why a lot of people have, they have problems with sinus infection. So cleaning your sinuses out, cleaning your nose out with plain water, with a little bit of lemon, with you can use a little bit of golden seal. You can use some black seed oil, some grape seed oil, some olive oil to clean your nostrils out. The next thing is keeping your bowels moved. You know, keeping your bowels moved. If you have to take enemas every day, you eat every day, you smoke every day, you drink every day. Why not keep your bowels open? Having a bowel movement. Some people say, well, I have a bowel movement every day, 2, 3, every time you eat something, you should be able to evacuate it out. So you should be having a bowel movement at least 3, 4, 5 times a day. You know what I'm saying? And it depends on what you're eating. It depends on what you're eating. If you're eating heavy foods like meat and you're eating a bunch of starches and pasta and bread, you might have one bowel movement a day. But if you're eating fruit and you're eating green leafy vegetables, if you are exercising, you are walking, you are meditating, you are sunbathing, you're getting fresh air, those bowels are going to stay regulated. And keeping those bowels regulated and open is going to keep down a lot of sickness. It's going to keep you from having headaches, high blood pressure, sinus problems, constipation. Constipation is one of the leading diseases in America. constipation, where people are not shitting. Children are not shitting. They're going days without having a bowel movement. And then that shit backs up in your body and start creating other problems. The next thing I got on my list is I say exercise, meditation, walking, yoga, riding bike, swimming, jumping rope, whatever you're doing to keep that heart pumping and keeping those bones and muscles and organs moving. The next thing is fresh fruits and veggies. You know, if you eating starches and meats and all that, balance it out with some fresh fruit and some veggies. I make it a point to eat fruit every day, and I have a bowel movement at least 3, 4, 5 times a day, along with taking enemas and might get me a colonic once a month or every other month or something like that. Plenty of water, plenty of herbs, plenty of natural juices, plenty of smoothies. My sister Tamar, my big sister Tamar, just bought some carrot juice in here.
Oh,
and
it's
some fresh fruit.
Oh my goodness,
So good. And I gotta go to the bathroom.
It is. Wait a minute. It is Juice for Life. It's
Okay.
organic. And it's organic. She did it personally. When I say I don't like carrots, but it's the best juice I've ever had. Carrot juice.
Good.
That was delicious.
Yes.
Oh, it was delicious. That was the best carrot juice I've ever had in my life. I don't drink carrot juice because I don't like the taste of it. That tastes delicious. That tastes delicious.
Who on here? Hey, Ned.
That is
just Ned on here. Okay. So I'm gonna wrap this up, y'all, because my time is near. Exercise, like I said, meditation, keep the sickness away, fasting, and intermediate fasting.
Yes.
When I say intermediate fasting, you might go the whole day without eating anything, and then maybe around 3, you eat something light. Fasting is when you go the whole day. You might just do water. You might eat a little bit of fruit. Boosting.
Wait. Repeat that because. Wait a minute. Wait. You said fasting is doing just fruit?
No, fasting can be a dry fruit can be going all day without eating anything and maybe drinking water.
Why is that okay?
Because your body needs a rest. We eat every day. Some people eat 3 times a day.
Your body
And most people,
I don't think that's okay.
And most people eat. Let me tell you something. Most people eat.
I fast. I grew up fasting.
Most people eat and don't even be hungry.
I didn't think it was okay.
And if you're eating, see, your food is supposed to be your medicine. Your food is supposed to send nutrients and minerals to your organs and to cleanse and flush the body out. That's the purpose of eating. But we eat out of pleasure. We eat out of lust. We eat out of desire. We eat because our taste buds require stress, depression.
My 600 pounds.
So fasting is very, very important. Intermediate fasting is fasting when you go half the day without eating anything and then you eat a little something.
Yeah.
So boosting the immune system and cleansing the blood. Boosting the immune system comes with a lot of different herbs, a lot of different veggies and fruits and juices. I'm trying to be quick because my time is up, but I'm gonna finish this up next week. And
clean it up. You can take as much time as you want to.
Okay, y'all hear her.
I mean, we got
let me relax then.
But you gotta understand, like at the end of the day,
it's day to day.
Okay.
It's day to day. So
okay, but my phone is getting ready to go bye. But anyway.
Oh, okay. If you have a few more minutes or whatever you need, help yourself.
Okay. So boosting the immune system and cleansing the bloodstream. A lot of our cravings and a lot of our sicknesses, illnesses, and diseases starts in the bloodstream and in the colon. So you want to clean the colon, you want to clean the bloodstream, you want to boost the immune system up with herbs, with meditation, with sunlight, exercise, positive thinking, different herbs, juices. So I got a list of them, but I'm going to post those. Plenty of water, cleaning the bloodstream system. You can use dandelion. You can use black walnut. You could use black seed oil. Grapeseed oil is good for the hair. Helps to stimulates the hair shaft. Cleaning your navel out and putting olive oil in your navel is good too. I'll explain. Outer navel. You can still deal with that outer navel. but I'll explain that to y'all on the next podcast about the navel. Mullein tea, yarrow, burdock, peppermint, spearmint, ginger root, eucalyptus, slippery elm, black seed oil, L-arginine, activated charcoal, bladder root, elderberry is good for the respiratory system. It's good for the
I love
sinuses.
elderberry though.
All dark fruit is good to keep the bloodstream up, open, clean. Fresh fruit is good to keep the bowels flush. This is elderberry.
I love this.
Tamar
It's
got
so
this
good.
elderberry. This is elderberry syrup. Where you get this from? Oh, she got this from Royalties Herb Boutique that is on Montgomery Road in Norwood. Y'all go check her out in Roots and Seeds. So when I come next time, I'm going to bring some bentonite clay. I'm going to talk about the melanin splash, which is a detox by my brother Eco Parish Jordan, and talk about the bentonite clay that I get from Georgia. It's red bentonite clay, and it's a light, it's a light powder bentonite clay. You can bathe in it. You could drink it. You could take enemas with it.
Need it.
You can use the bentonite clay, the red clay on your face, your hair. You can use it on mosquito bites, bee stings. You can use it on burns.
I like
I'm
dirt.
also talk about golden seal. So
I like dirt. It was good to me. It was good. And when she told me it was good for you, I was eating it. Hey, when I tell y'all that dirt was so delicious.
Yeah, my grandchildren, they love that.
It was so good.
Clay.
You ate it like
I just had to get on there and look.
So let me tell y'all one more thing about oils, natural oils: peppermint oil, eucalyptus oil, patchouli, frankincense, and myrrh, oud. Give me some oil, say more. Y'all give me some oil.
Frankincense.
I said frankincense.
you ain't them jasmine.
So those
Egyptian musk oil.
Egyptian musk.
Egyptian musk is my favorite.
So he said John Paul.
Egyptian musk.
So eccentric oils are good, y'all. Yes. So we got to take care of ourselves, take care of the children, quit giving them hot flamings and hot tacos.
Yeah, that ain't good for them.
They getting up in the morning eating hot Cheetos and all types of candy, and we gotta give these children some fruit, give them some water, and give them some juice.
Let her.
You know, so I'm just giving an ounce of prevention.
And them
because
Takis ain't good for
it's
them.
better than a pound of sickness. So I'm going to come back with part 2.
Oh, this already part 2. We got part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, part 7, part.
Well, no, actually, this is part 1 of.
Oh, you got them all on your thing. Okay.
Of the preventive ways to keep your respiratory system clean, because we got this second wave that's here. I know a few people that's already went through it.
Me too.
And one of the persons that I talked to, she was saying that she was sick for 3 weeks, and that the inside of her organs, her body, it felt like it was on fire. You know, she stayed sick for 3 weeks. So this wave may be worse. We don't know, but let's just be optimistic. But let's not have our guards down.
And blinders. It go back to the blinders.
Yeah. So let's take care of ourselves. Let's take care of these children. Look out for the elders. You know what I'm saying? Let's look out for each other. Let's check on each other. And let's beat this shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's fight it.
Question, and let's be real. If you smoke, you make sure that this is COVID season, so you can't smoke with everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't smoke with everybody.
And then you want to limit.
Everybody don't smoke weed.
Right, and then you want to.
They need your cigarettes.
Then you want to.
Right.
Yeah. They might hit your bottle. They bought a bottle from the store. You know, they got no cups.
That's true.
Like, you can't do that with everybody. They're not gonna tell you if they got a cold.
Well, you want to limit your intake on your habits. We all got habits. We got drinking habits, smoking habits.
Everybody got habits.
Pill habits, coke habits. Kind of eliminate. You know, cut back on some of them habits. If you're doing a lot of smoking, if you're a weed smoker, you smoke FTs, you smoke weed,
you gotta cut back on
cigarettes. Clean them nostrils. I'm telling y'all. Clean your nostrils. Clean them nostrils out. Because you cleaning out. Yes, there you go. Clean
so wait a minute.
nostrils out.
So can we can we have people that smoke FTs and weed and all that, use them Q-tips or paper towels to get, you gonna see so much residue in there, right? And think about it just staying in there, you not knowing it's in there, what you saying, basically. It goes into your skin and your organs and all of that.
The way them boogers be looking.
So people need to really think about that when it comes to smoking weed, smoking tobacco, all that. It's all up in your nose and your nostrils and your everything. Yeah. So at the so at the end of the day, people have to realize that. And I love this. I love it because you be saying some stuff on this. I love it because I be writing it down, so we got to put it on the podcast. At least some of it, because you can't put everything. That's why we're gonna continue to keep doing it, because it's something to always talk about.
I want to call it TFT.
You know why? Because anything can happen tomorrow.
Of course.
No, and make sure y'all tune in to. No. We already got that going on. We got a Tuesday. No, we already got Tuesdays on DA2DA podcast. For Tamar specifically, because she has so much knowledge on this stuff that it's TNT.
It's Tuesday's tip of
it's TNT.
Tamar's tip of the day.
Yes.
Tamar,
every Tuesday at 1:30. Yes. And she always have her it's Tamar Tuesday's tip, but it's called TNT.
TNT and T, ain't it? Ain't it 3 T's?
I don't know. I gotta go back. Wait a minute, I gotta go back. Remember, we just did that one time.
Tamar's
right?
Tuesday's tip. That's what it is.
Yes, Tamar's
Tuesday's tip.
It's TNT.
It's TNTT.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I did it, but I don't know. But hey, this DA2DA, y'all, make sure y'all tune into that. It's so funny because we just thought of it out of the blue, because I think it's always good to put tips and things through life every day, because it's called DA2DA. So DA2DA is different things. Exactly.
Every day.
Exactly. So we have to have that for people to have that knowledge on those tips to do certain things for certain things in life, because everybody don't have kids. Emergency kids. People don't have emergency kids.
And you ain't got nobody in your corner telling you what you really need to go do.
Yeah, but don't nobody have those little kits for the emergency, like she said.
First aid.
You gotta have first aid.
Even in your car. Yeah, in your car.
Even in your car. Mine's be having it in her trunk. She be having everything. Mine's got everything. And she like you.
Old school. I got everything in my car. I got hula hoops, yoga mats.
Mine's got everything.
Blankets, right.
Fire extinguisher in your house that is something.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Have a fire extinguisher in your house, but it's not.
Right.
That's deep. That's deep.
So
we out of here. We out of here. We out of here. This is beautiful. I love it always. Like, this is always knowledge.
Who on there? I'm trying to see.
Oh, yeah, you got to go.
Hi, y'all. What is the chat about? Hey. You can look at it on YouTube, DA2DA podcast 513 on YouTube. Oh, it just went there.
Oh, you were saying it was going there too.
So that means
we ended it yet. Yeah, you can. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
It don't matter if yours went off. It's on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I bet the
you can share anything. You can share anything. You can share anything, Tamar. Hey.
Where did this energy come from?
I know where this knowledge came from.
right.
I'm gonna tell you more with your tips.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Wait a minute, hey. We on them Tuesday tips. I love it. I love it because a lot of people don't know. And we want to do it where people don't have, some people don't have money to get any of it. So it gotta be something, to to let people know like where to go to get it.
Right. Or
There's
even,
places to go.
We can create
To
something and
come
buy
and get
it
it.
and let people
For them to
buy
come and get
or,
it. Yes, that's
you know,
yes.
we can buy it in bulk.
Absolutely.
Where did this energy come from? This frequency. Where did this energy come from? Yeah. These vibes are high. This energy, this frequency makes you feel crazy. These vibes so right, make you feel so free. This frequency, this energy. Where did this energy come from?